Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny. I'm Death from Above. This is Stay Frosty Pulse Rifle. It's the Dawning Pulse Rifle. Everyone at this point, if you've played the Dawning, you might have one. It might be pretty good, but I'm going to tell you what I think is really good on the Pulse Rifle. We'll do some God rolls. We'll look at the community, see what they are liking, and I'll show you which ones I have in my inventory. So if that sounds like fun, hit the like button like the thing just told you to do over there, and we'll get to it. So Stay Frosty Pulse Rifle. It is a stasis Dawning Pulse Rifle. It has 7 perks in each column that you can get. You can farm this one up once you get Eva Levante leveled up. Do all the things at the bottom that you have to give her the little stars for, Dawning somethings, and you'll unlock the ability to buy these once you have gotten enough progress with her. So get to work on the Dawning stuff and you'll have access to farm this. It's a 450 RPM stasis pulse rifle that's very usable. A lot of good perks. I was surprised at how good the gun felt and how easy it was to use and how effective it was. So there's a lot of good rolls on this weapon, and I think it's going to be one of those utilitarian weapons that's going to be really good at anything. So anytime you use it, you're going to be like, oh, I forgot how good this was. So that's Stay Frosty. Perks you can get: it's got Offhand Strike, the new perk. Final blows grant additional weapon range, stability, and accuracy when firing from the hip for a short duration. I kind of like that one. It comes also with Well-Rounded, Tunnel Vision, Moving Target, Thresh, Killing Wind, and Encore. Second perk column has Hedge Seeker, Kill Clip, Desperado, Adaptive Munitions, Golden Tricorn, Headstone, and Under Over. It comes with the 2 origin traits: Dawning Surprise, so rapidly defeating targets awards a Dawning Gift. Powerful targets count as more than one. And then also Amalon Fluid Dynamics, because it's an Amalon weapon. The weapon has increased reload speed and stability at the top half of the magazine. That's pretty good for PvP. I like it. I would think in PvE you're going to run Dawning Surprise until the Dawning's over, then you'll run Amalon Fluid Dynamics for everything else. So this is the God Roll Stay Frosty I have for you. Number 1, 450 RPM Stasis Dawning Pulse Rifle. Go farm it up right now. It's worth it. It's a lightweight frame, so you move faster with the weapon equipped. I with Arrowhead Break, Ricochet Rounds, Offhand Strike, Headstone, Dawning Surprise until the Dawning ends, then you'll put on Amalon Fluid Dynamics, Backup Mag, and a Reload Speed Masterwork. This is a very PvE-centric build. I actually have one with Offhand Strike. I really like it. I would like to build... This is, like, for me, a stasis build-specific weapon because you run it in your primary slot, and you'll get Headstone a lot. You use the stasis crystals to do a lot of things that Headstone does. You have Offhand Strike, so you'll be ADSing, and then you'll be hip firing and back and forth, and all you got to do is get Final Blows to get Offhand Strike active, and it stays active for a little while. So if you're running PvE, Arrowhead Break's going to make it a little bit more stable. Ricochet's going to give you a little more range and stability, and Backup Mag gives you more ammo, and the Reload Speed Masterwork there for when you need to hit the reloads. So I feel like this is a very good utilitarian stasis build weapon. I can recommend it heartily. I've got a similar role. I haven't told you exactly what my role is, but I have a similar role, and I can definitely say it's useful. More than useful. It's probably a pretty good weapon you can use pretty much all the time. So that's the Stay Frosty PvE-centric God roll that I picked. Now the PvP one, this is an interesting PvP God roll for the Stay Frosty Stasis Dawning Pulse Rifle that I have for the lightweight frame weapon. Arrowhead Break to keep it centered, give you a little bit more handling. High caliber rounds for the range and the knockback. Then I have Moving Target, Desperado, Amalon Fluid Dynamics selected. Targeting Adjuster is my mod, and a Range Masterwork. I'm figuring this one has really good range. You keep it nice and centered, use the high caliber rounds to disrupt the other person moving target so you can get on and off the target quick. And Desperado, so you get the kill, you move on to the next target, and you take them down fast. This is a role that I want more than the PvE role. I want this one for PvP because this 450 pulse rifle feels really good. I like it. It feels very usable. It feels very user friendly. So I don't have any trouble with this one, especially with the new full auto selection. For PvP, I love the full auto selection. For PvE, sometimes I don't love it. But it's okay. Just hit that reload and you'll be fine. So this one for PvP feels like it might be a strong contender for a meta weapon, or at least challenge the meta at range, or just, have one that's good everywhere. Because this in PvE and PvP will be very good. Equally as good in PvE with Desperado, because, Desperado will increase your damage output considerably for while it's active too. And in PvE, it's a lot easier to use Desperado than it is in PvP. A lot of times in PvP, I find myself hitting Desperado, and this is just my playstyle, hitting Desperado and then not having a target to give it to, and I get frustrated. But that's just me. It's still really good in PvP. The times that I have connected with it, it's felt wonderful. So stay Frosty, PvP, God roll right there. Now, as far as what the community is running, they like Arrowhead, Ricochet, Chambered, Corkscrew, High Caliber, and Armor Piercing for the barrel and mags. Nothing surprising there. Those are the typical barrel and mags that are popular. The first column is really interesting. Everything is equally popular. Nothing here stands out as a favorite. Killing Wind's at the top, but so is Encore. Moving Target's right below it. There's 12,000 copies too. That's a good enough amount for a pretty good cross section. The second column is more Desperado kill clip. I do like Headstone a lot on this one for PvE, but I can understand why Desperado is up there because it's kind of new-ish. I know it's an old perk, but it hasn't been on many weapons until recently. And on this one, Desperado just feels really good. Dawning Surprise being active is just because I think the Dawning's active and it drops with that selected. So people just haven't switched to Online Fluid Dynamics. So as far as the community goes, this would be their God roll, but I'm not a huge fan of Killing Wind. I like other things typically more than Killing Wind, but that's just me. The one I have has Offhand Strike, Golden Tricorn. Ooh, I forgot I had that. Ricochet, Fluted with a Stability Masterwork. So it's a pretty good ranked weapon. The one that I've got in my inventory. What do you got? What do you think? What's your best roll? What are you farming for? Which gun from the Dawning are you most interested in getting? Is it this one? Is it the SMG? Is it the sword? Is it the machine gun? Which one is it? What you farming for? And have you done the exotic mission I did last night on stream? You should come by the stream sometime. It's a fun hangout. But until then, until next time, I'm Death from Above. See you, bye. It is a time. I don't know why I said that like Mario. It is a time. It's a me, Death from Above. Welcome. I got some smooth jazz playing in the background that's gonna help me go real fast for this video. I feel like my camera is, oh yeah, I gotta touch it just a little bit. Chat. You gotta do all the movements just to make sure the video knows you're doing all the movements. And you gotta also make sure the microphone's working. You gotta make sure the recording's working. I like making that sound. Chad, I have a new morning beverage. It's a coffee/protein shake it's got calories in it and caffeine, and it tastes like a mocha, and I like it. Look at me, just being a bean drinker or something. I don't know. It's interesting. I like it.
Sup to Death from Above. Will Death get a dub? Death from Above shoots at some mans. Will he get a hit? Find out next time on stream.